Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. Assalamu alaikum everybody. We'll continue with our verb classes here. In the previous class, we went through a chart of present tense, and what we said there, that how do we identify our present tense. The way to identify a present tense is the first letter of that of the present tense would start from either alif, noon, ya, or ta. So we had the full chart, but of course it is very difficult to memorize the full chart. So let's continue with a few examples here. Today we want to focus on uh, one aspect of the present tense. It's the difference between this mold, antum taquluna and hum yaquluna. We have done it in the previous class briefly, but let's continue to do that in this class as well, so that we have a solid understanding of the difference between these two molds. Antum taquluna. Antum is you, plural, and this is present tense. So you plural, you do it, you do. And this is hum yaquluna. Hum is they, and they do. You do, they do. What is the difference? First of all, we need to check whether the first letter is starting from a, naitu, alif, noon, ya, ta. Yes, it starts from the letter ta. And here is the letter ya starting from the letter ya, and it's part of anaitu as well. So we know that these two are indeed present tense. And then for tum and tum, the ta actually represent tum, and tum meaning you, plural. And when it's ya, we know that it's referring to third person singular. So try to have a good understanding of this mold for present tense plural, and then let's have a few examples here. Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah number 3. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Let's quickly analyze this ayat here. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةَ وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Right, so how many of this mold, hum yaquluna, are we seeing here? Alladina yu'minuna. So this means it's referring to they. This verb here is referring to they present tense. They believe, amana. They believe. So the root word amana, and then yu'minuna is a verb, but this verb is of the mold here, yaquluna, of the mold yaquluna, meaning it's representing whom, it's representing they. So this yu'minuna means they believe, present tense. They believe. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ وَيُقِيمُونَ. Again, same mold. See, it's not a different mold, like not starting from ta, it's starting from ya, meaning again it's basically the word qama, basically establish. So they established salat. They believe in the unseen, they established the salat. وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ. Another one, yunfiqun. The reason why we are repeating it and stressing a lot here, because you would see a lot of يَعْبُدُونَ تَعْبُدُونَ يَحْتَدُونَ تَعْقِلُونَ تَعْمَلُونَ تَكْفُرُونَ يَنْظُرُونَ تَشْعَرُونَ. You know how there are so many words that you would see of this mold, and it would be amazing if you can distinguish whether it's antum, or it's which pronoun it's referring to. So this understanding of the Quran will substantially increase, inshallah. So in this ayat, we notice there are three verbs: yu'minuna, wa yuqimuna, yunfiqun. Three verbs. And all of these three were referring to whom? They. How do you know? Because it's starting from the letter Ya, and it is in the mold of yaqulun. Right? It is in the mold of yaqulun. See? Yu'minun, it's in the mold of yaqulun. Yuqimun is in the mold of yaqulun. Yunfiqun is in the mold of yaqulun. Yunfiq, they spend. So they spend, they believe, and they establish salat. This is, I hope this is easy. How about this? Is this a verb here? Let's break this down. Razaqnahum, let's break this down. This home here, sorry, the camera was a little bit further. I hope you can see it. Razaqnahum. Everybody is aware of it, is this Quranic ayat, right? الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah number 3. We have gone through yu'minun wa yuqimun yunfiqun. Very easy. We know that it is a present tense, and it is basically talking about pronoun they, because of this mold here, hum yaquluna. Now we are done with that. Razaqnahum. Let's take the hum out, because we know from previous lesson that hum is an attached pronoun. So hum means they. Now when you have taken out hum, the word left is razaqna. First of all, let's establish razaqna. Is it a past tense or not? Or is it present tense? How do we know? Let's see if it starts from any of these letters. Anaitu. Does it start from a, alif, noon, ya, ta? No, it does not. This means it's a past tense. And we'll go through, we'll have another lesson for past tense chart, but just for now we know it is not a present tense. Nahnu razaqna. So basically, Allah gave rizq to them. Right? This is how we analyze this word. But for now we know this is not a present tense. Right? I'm just bringing this up because there was another verb here which was not a present tense. So straight away you know it is not a present tense, because it does not start from the letter anaitu. I hope it's not too complicated. We'll get to the past tense in the next few lessons, inshallah. Right now we are just practicing a little bit with the present tense, particularly this mold, taqulun, yaqulun, because there's so many of them in the Quran. Let's do a couple of more examples quickly. لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون. You know this ayat, Surah Al-Imran, right? And our, just number 4 start with this line, right? لن تنالوا البر حتى تنفقوا مما تحبون. تحبون. حب, love. تحبون. حب becomes here تحبون. Okay, تحبون. Starting with the letter ta. Seems like a mold here somewhere. Yeah, it's a mold of antum. It's a mold of antum taqulun. تحبون. So it is a verb. We know it is a verb, and it is a present tense because it looks like it is this mold. So You cannot reach to goodness until you spend what you love. You love. You plural, antum. Antum tuhibbun. It's representing to antum tuhibbun. Right? So whenever we see this waw noon at the end, ta at the beginning, we know it's antum. Whenever it's starting from ya and ending with waw and noon, it's referring to whom, and it's a present tense and it is plural. Right? So many things here going on. Okay, quickly, let's do one more. Don't want to go over time. I think we are in the 11 minute. Wamallahu bighafilin. Suratul Imran, ayah number 99. Bighafilin amma ta'malun. So Allah Ta'ala is not, Allah Ta'ala knows. Whatever not they. I made a mistake here. What mistake did I make? I said they. But this letter is starting from ta. Ta is basically referring to antum. So another, you do. You plural, you do. Ta'malun. Okay. Now quickly, we have covered present tense, and we will cover inshallah past tense soon. But what about future tense? Future tense is luckily very easy. كلا سوف تعلمون ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر. Okay, in that surah we have this ayat كلا سوف تعلمون. ثم كلا سوف تعلمون. Twice ثم كلا سوف تعلمون. Okay. So very quickly, because we are going over time, we know ta'lamun, present tense, you do. Sawfa. When we add sawfa with the present tense, it becomes future tense. When we add the word sawfa before a present tense verb, the whole thing becomes future tense. Easy, right? So we'll go in more detail with the present tense, more examples. Inshallah, we'll slowly move to the past tense. Inshallah, we'll see you in the next lesson. Inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.